All right. I'm not gonna move too much. Okay. Oops. Wrong video. Hey guys! Welcome back to another episode of the XeroBytes podcast. Sorry we've been away for so long. I'm recovering from a malicious flu. And guess what? Jesse's back.
Hey
Hey,
guys,
Jesse.
I'm back too.
So sorry, I started with the wrong scene for some reason. OBS got stuck on the wrong scene. But I want to ask everyone in chat: am I pixelated? When I move too much, am I pixelated?
No, on the stream you look good. I'm looking at
Okay.
the stream on my other monitor, and if you're looking in the back, you can see in the hotel mirror. I've
Yeah.
got
Well,
the stream up.
yeah. It's a little bit too small for me to see, but
Yeah.
okay. Hello, people in chat. Today is, as the title says. Oh, did you notice that? The power just came back. The government power came back.
Good. You've got power for the stream. Gotta love it.
Yeah. But as the title says, it's the season finale. Okay.
Game over.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't find any other graphic to say season finale. I used game over. Whatever. It's not game over for the podcast. Hell no. It's
Absolutely
my baby.
not. We're not going anywhere. You stuck
It's
with us now. This is what you do on Saturday.
It's our baby.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna. We're just taking a little hiatus because I have to get things sorted on my end.
We'll be doing about a month, right? 4 weeks.
4 weeks. Yeah, exactly. We'll be back in June. Not even 4 weeks. Well, I don't know how long. A little bit more than 4 weeks, maybe, because we're getting back on the beginning of June, because May is going to be a busy month for me. So we'll be back on the beginning of June, first week of June. But things. I have to travel, as I said multiple times.
Yep.
I have to.
And I'll be moving into a new place hopefully during then. So get the studio back together.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, guys. You ready to see me back in the studio properly and not podcasting out of the hotel here?
Yeah, hoping to God it happens. And it's my sister's wedding and her birthday, so she invited me. She paid for the ticket, all paid, everything's paid, and so I'm good.
You go to the wedding.
Yeah, I'm the best man. So anyway, how was your week?
My week was very, very busy. We had a few outages on the servers that I maintain. I did not cause those outages, but yeah, a couple outages happened. Lots of tickets. I was busy at work, busy with church. I'm actually grateful to have the time broadcast from a White Castle at 2 a.m. Oh God.
Yeah, I know what a White Castle is because there was a movie called White Castle with the Indian actor and somebody else.
Oh, you're thinking of Harold and Kumar? Yeah, I was wondering if you would.
Yeah,
a little too much gain. Let me turn me down. How about that?
I will have to turn myself down because it's peaking on my end. Just let me fill my vape. But okay. I had a good.
I went ahead and turned down on me. Steve, you didn't tell me the mic was too hot.
Not for me, it wasn't. Maybe I'm deaf.
Maybe.
But
Neo, how's that? Is that better?
Neo, yeah. Neo. Yeah, Neo 29. Salut, Neo. But I had a bad and good week. I was sick. That's the bad, but who cares? I had a.
We care, Steve. Don't say that.
Well, I had a great fundraising podcast with DT, Brody, the Linux Tube, Josh, and that's it, I think. So there was supposed to be what's his name, Jack Kiefer. He didn't make it, but that stream did raise $750, and I gotta give kudos to the latest person who donated. I'll let you know who it was because I need to shout him out. Sergey Epatov. If I'm pronouncing your name correctly, sorry if I am not. He donated this morning 200 euros from Ukraine. So that was gracious of him. So we reached 75% of the $1,000 goal as it stands today.
That's awesome. So glad to hear that.
As everyone can see from the bottom goal bar, it updates. And if you want to contribute, the link is in the video in the stream description. You can jump over to Coffee and contribute to the goal, which will get me closer because I need to raise the 1,000 by the 30th max because my sister's wedding is on the 30th and her birthday is on the 3rd of May. So
got it.
So if I can gift her more, that'll be great. But other than that, just updating XeroLinux for the upcoming release, the 2nd anniversary release, which I've teased yet again over and over and over.
You keep just edging us along here.
Yeah, but today the title of the episode is the future plans for XeroLinux, and today there will be I'm going to be gauging and creating a poll after the stream is over on the community page. But I want to talk to you today. The whole target of this episode is the viewers and people in chat. Because I could really use your help. I have reached a point with XeroLinux where I'm out of ideas, actually. But I need to clarify a few things first. The spins are just that, spins. And thank you to Neo here, Neo29. He mentioned something about the way I was going about things. On one end, I was saying I don't have time, I don't have power, I don't have the ability to maintain more than one version, and then all of a sudden I have 2 new editions of XeroLinux.
Right.
That popped out of nowhere. I need to clarify that those are static releases. They exist for the sole reason of existing. They will be updated only when their respectful desktop environments get a major release version, like GNOME 44 jumps to GNOME 45, XFCE jumps to 4.19. Those ISOs are static and they will no longer receive anything. They're stable as they are. I have tested them and over-tested them, and I had other users test them. They use what ships, like GNOME Edition comes with what usually stock GNOME ships with, like the GNOME Software Center, and I didn't even touch the theming. It's still Libet Vita Dark. I'm not touching anything, and I will never touch anything. Users are free to do with that whatever they please. They want to add stuff, they want to modify stuff, they can. They only include the XeroLinux tool, which allows them to fix a few issues, like key issues, like mirror issues, but nothing system-wide.
Makes sense.
So those will remain as they are. They will receive updates, like I said, whenever their desktop environments receive updates, major version upgrade. But that's it. I will not be working on them. XeroLinux KDE, on the other hand, is receiving a lot of love. And that's where my sweat and tears will go. Because I'm a KDE person and I'm not a anything else person. There's a lot of things coming for KDE. A lot of things. And I do mean a lot of things. Thanks to one of the developers, Key is one of the key elements of the key people in XeroLinux, because they are responsible for the ABS script and Abu. So there's a lot of things in the back end I cannot really talk about right now because they're still on the drawing board, but major plans are happening for Zero KDE, the main flagship. Do not mistake the spins for the flagship. The flagship is the flagship. This is where everything will happen, and the spins are what I just said. So I want to gauge from the users today. What do you think about XeroLinux KDE edition? What do you think should happen to it? What do you think should be optimized? Should be added? Removed? What do you see for the future of XeroLinux? We have behind the scenes things happening, like how to build it and how to install it. Those kind of things, those are up to us to come up with and make better. But what do you guys think? If you're watching after the fact, let us know in the comments below. But
totally.
Thank you. Yeah, whenever you see a pause and me doing, you know what just happened.
Oh no, the channel. We're all getting in on it today.
Yeah. So help the channel plus help me annoy Steve. He gets annoyed every. Nice one, dude. Nice one.
Yeah. Gotta have fun where I can.
Yeah, super chats, people. You can use that now. Yeah.
Let's all. Can we get a little annoy Steve super chat train going? Send the episode off with a bang. We're gonna have fun today. But
yeah, it could go longer than an hour today because it's the last episode. Who knows?
Well, we always run a little bit over anyway. It's
Let's make it an hour 30 minutes today. Let's close it at an hour and a half. I'm not gonna go too long. 2 hours wouldn't make.
No.
If we cross the 2 hour mark, it won't sync to the other channel, whatever it's called.
Right.
So Odyssey.
Right.
But anyway.
So yeah.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think? What do you, Jesse? What do you think? While the users come up with ideas.
I've had some ideas that I wanted to bring back and talk to you about, but now it's just as good a time as any if you're opening up the floor.
Yeah, I'm opening it up. So
we definitely have, niche distros like Nobara, which, we talk a lot about Nobara on this channel.
Yeah, because it's a good distro. It's not a bad one, but
a
bit heavy on the resources, but it wasn't intended for low-end laptops anyway. So.
No, and I mean, Xero's not for potatoes either, even though you make optimizations to support them where you can.
You have to be realistic, yeah.
What if, we have a fair share of gamers here, but what if, because we are, a pretty distro, a consistent distro, why not start aiming for the professional user demographic?
In what way?
The Apple demographic, for lack of a better word, your creative types, your people who are going to appreciate the aesthetic and create things on their own. Your content creators, your graphic designers, your the Apple crowd. So
basically, what you're saying is creating like Ubuntu Studio version.
I don't even mean creating a different thing, but supporting creative apps as a focus.
Well, it does support all the creative apps. There's no problem there. The whole idea of XeroLinux is to shape. Each person can shape it their own way. I'm not a professional in any field. yeah,
Apple
focus on
users
GNOME.
will focus
Yeah,
on
I was going
GNOME.
to say that. I was going to say that.
Apple users will definitely feel at home there. They're all in the
No,
tool.
GNOME Edition is already
Yeah.
it's already stable. It's already stable.
Yeah.
That, and even Neo agrees, because he has been through it recently, that the less tweaking you do to GNOME, like when you stop applying themes here and there and blur here and there and stuff like that, the more the more zippy it is, and the more stable it is. That's the whole point of GNOME Edition in XeroLinux. That's why I didn't touch
absolutely. Now, speaking to proprietary software, you're absolutely right. Neo, you're absolutely right. I occasionally take heat from supporting some proprietary stuff.
Sometimes you have no choice but to use proprietary software. Like
absolutely.
A lot of good and professional content creators prefer DaVinci Resolve.
Yep. But
over Kden Live
does, right, and Resolve does have Linux support, and they deserve to be recognized for that.
Yeah, see, Neo just confirmed it. Performance on GNOME equals Adwaita.
Yeah,
so stick to Adwaita. Yeah, that's why I stuck to Adwaita on GNOME. I will not touch GNOME with a 10-foot pole. Modifying it, tweaking it, I will not touch it.
I mean, I'll say it again. I say this a lot. If you want GNOME apps and you want performance, you could also strip out GNOME 44 and replace it with Budgie.
Well, Budgie right now
because you're built on the same GTK libraries and it's faster.
Speaking of Budgie, Solus, the people of Solus who left Solus, like since 2018 and after, they're coming back, but they're basing it on Serpent OS. So as far as Budgie goes, we don't know. It's up in the air right now. So I don't want to touch Budgie until I know where it's headed. But I see where you're going with that, and this is another thing we're calling out for, and it's a Linux community-wide call for people who can provide support for GNOME or XFCE. We're looking for people who use either desktop environments and know them well enough to join our servers and provide support to the users who use those desktop environments. Because I'm not using them. I don't use them. I just created them for those who want them. But as far as providing support, I cannot provide support for something I don't use. You know what I mean? So in order to provide adequate support that the users expect out of a distro, we need people who use those desktop environments to provide those users with the support that they expect. So if anyone out there knows XFCE or GNOME backwards and forwards and knows how to provide support when need be, feel free to join the XeroLinux server. This is a community-wide call right here. But as far as KDE goes, I'm the guy to go to.
Yep.
But
I have to say, like, Sweet Rice, the Sweet Rice was the thing that pulled me down the path to Arch Linux.
And do I have news about the Sweet Rice?
Oh, no, you better not say it's going away.
It is. It's being replaced with it's going to be replaced with a better one.
What do you okay, well, what do you do?
A better Sweet Rice. A better Sweet Rice.
Okay.
Because I noticed that the Sweet Rice is getting a lot of love. You're not the only one. There's thousands of people who love the Sweet Rice. So.
Well, I think I'm going to go out on a limb here and make a comparison that you are very tired of. And I think that the Sweet Rice is pulling people to Xero who get frustrated when Garuda sucks.
Yes, correct. But that's why I'll be reworking the Sweet Rice.
Because Sweet looks like an 80s spin when you get tired of the dragonized Garuda.
I am really into cyber what's it called, synthwave.
Oh yeah, that's we've bonded over
That
that plenty of times.
yeah, I really the only music I listen to in the background while I'm working is synthwave music by I don't know if you know Prime Thanatos on YouTube.
I don't listen to them. I tend to listen to Time Cop 1983 a lot.
Well, yeah, that's another style, but
It's
I
more of a guitar focused synthwave.
yeah, I listen to electronic synthwave. Uh, so from somebody called Prime Thanatos, he's Greek. He's got
Okay.
he's got streams that go on for months nonstop on YouTube.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah, but of course, Neo29, your knowledge would be highly appreciated because you are my Gnome boy. You're my Gnome boy.
Steve, I haven't shown you this. Maybe we'll have to talk about some synthwave one day with guitar plugins. But I've got myself a pink guitar that's ready to do some synthwave.
Nice, a pink guitar.
Pink guitar. So
well,
maybe
I had a black and white guitar.
Maybe we'll try some synthwave production on a stream or something.
Neo29, je blaguais, hein, prends pas sérieux. Hein. Anyway, the
what are you doing with Sweet Rice? I must know.
Well, I want to optimize it for better performance because the way it is right now, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna let you in on a secret. The way I created the Sweet Rice, it took me 15 minutes because I did it with my eyes closed. I didn't want to bother. I just wanted to create yet another rice without even caring. But now I want to put a lot of love and care into the next one.
Okay.
It's gonna be different.
Are you gonna keep the candy icons?
What's the Sweet Rice without the candy icons?
Thank you. It's all about the candy icons.
But I'm gonna say this: it's not gonna have a lot of eye candy. It's all about optimizing for speed and performance. Well, speed is performance, but you know what I mean.
Right. You don't accept pretty things if they're not fast.
Exactly.
You require both.
There's no point in throwing. Then I'll become Garuda if I start putting in. Because there was an idea that I had going on to the remake of the Sweet Rice was adding panon, but then again I thought, oh no, I don't want to be Garuda. If you add panon, and for the uninitiated, panon is the graphical bars, colored bars that that move whenever you play music.
Oh, the visualizer, yeah.
Yeah, the visualizer thing.
I used to use Rainmeter on Windows for that, and it was even heavier.
Yeah, but this is super heavy. Just have one instance of it. The RAM consumption jumps by 780 megabytes. So,
well, I mean, when you've got our RAM, that's okay. But for a regular user, that's terrible.
I want to optimize it for everyone. I don't want just people like us to have it. I want people like everyone to have it. But on the serious note, what do you guys look for in a distro? Like, I'm not talking about the spins. The spins are done. I'm talking about KDE. What do you think we should include into KDE? What should we change in KDE? The look, I don't think I'll be changing that because everybody's gotten used to it. But I'm talking like, what do you want to see added, removed? Mark, people, what's the Sweet Rice? Oh boy, someone doesn't know what the Sweet Rice is. Oh. I never thought I'm gonna meet that person. 1 second, I've got to show them what the Sweet Rice is.
Yeah, let's do it. So, Mark, the Sweet Rice. While Steve pulls it up, Sweet Rice is it's a KDE Rice or a pre-configured set of themes, icons, and optimizations. It customizes. Am I oversimplifying, Steve? It customizes KDE very specific way, top to bottom.
Yeah, I'm showing them
Pulls
the
in
GitHub.
applications, background, icons. It's a complete theme package, if you will.
Yeah, and what it uses is at the top it uses latte doc, and at the bottom it's latte doc again. But for some reason, the current Sweet Rice has a bug where the power buttons and things there's only one that can get pinned into the application menu, but it disappears every now and again. So there's a lot broken with it. I need to fix it and optimize it, but basically it's a neon styles, synth wavy kind of style with the candy icons. And if you want the full screen, that's a full screen. You got the dock, candy icons on the top. You got the panel, but the app menu on top is broken. It has a lot of elements that are broken, and when you select reboot, it doesn't prompt you; it immediately reboots. So some people click it by mistake, and if they haven't saved their work, it's gonna reboot anyway.
So I want to figure out how Ubuntu Budgie's implementation of Plank is so smooth right now.
Don't get me started on Plank.
Because Plank...
Plank. Okay. Jesse likes to get the devil out of me. Plank? Plank? I'll show you. I'll show the users Plank. I want Plank to walk the plank. Yeah. Basically. Just give me a second. Let me switch back to us so I can... I'm going to start a VM during the stream to show the people what's wrong with this idea called Plank.
It's so clunky.
It's so clunky? Clunky? It's broken to no end.
Well, is it time to blame Arch for that?
No. Okay. I wanna show this to the users, and that this is their first look at XeroLinux XFCE.
Oh,
because Plank is what we're using on XFCE. So
right.
All right.
If you want a transparent doc, that's pretty much how you got to do it.
Yeah, but let me start by saying what you see, guys, here is the proud work of Teddy. What they're saying here, sorry, you can't see it, Jesse, but it's the Grub theme from the XFCE edition. He went above and beyond, even found which font XFCE uses to apply to Grub itself. So we're using the XFCE font for Grub, so it's consistent. But anyway, that's not the point here. I want to show Plank. You're gonna see how frustrated I got with Plank.
I can't share my desktop without breaking our frame, right?
Yeah, you can. It's gonna
okay.
So I'm showing the users now XFCE because that's where we're using Plank. We're using an icon theme called something. It's brown because the whole theme we're using in XFCE is called Kanagawa. It's a brown colored theme. Sorry, it's taking so long, but it's because I'm live. So anyway, look at Plank. Look at everything is themed. All the icons are themed. The icons in the system tray are themed. Everything is themed except the icons in Plank. Plank, it's using the stock Thunar icon, stock Mulvad icon, stock terminal icon, stock meld, stock whatever. So I'm not able to theme consistently the icons in Plank.
Now,
no matter,
I think I'm gonna come to Plank's defense here, because in Budgie that doesn't happen. In KDE that doesn't happen.
It does. I tried it in KDE. It's something to do with latest updates, because Plank hasn't been updated in God knows how long.
Plank is old, almost abandonware.
Abandonware, exactly. I ship Plank with 236 themes. I have a package with 236, the background theme.
Yeah.
Me and Teddy tried countless icon themes. Me and Kudu, because this rice is kudos to Kudu, who created the rice upon my... I told him what I had in mind, and he created the rice.
Right.
But we tried over 100 icon packs. They're not consistent in the Plank dock. They're either three of them are, if we use a circle icon theme, three of them are circle, the rest are square, or the icons don't even apply, or whatever. I am done. That's why I called it a day. I gave up, and that's how I'm shipping XFCE edition. What you see is what you get, and I'm not touching it. Users are free to do with it whatever they want. The only thing is, users are going to notice there's a global menu, like on macOS. Even if you're on the desktop has its own menu: desktop settings, system settings. So we included a global menu in XFCE. So,
yep.
But other than that, that's it. Don't mention Plank. Plank needs to go walk the plank.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, guys, but I know XeroLinux is all about the consistency, but we tried. We spent, I don't know, a week trying to find something that works. Nothing works. I'll tell you how far it's broken. I tried using the Tela circle brown icons, but for some reason, in Plank, the Thunar icon is purple. I give up.
Yeah.
Zafiro icon pack is not bad, but it's inconsistent. It's got light icons, dark icons. It's not consistent.
Yeah.
It's not consistent.
Well, that means your only choice is the logical one. It's got to be Candy.
Oh yeah, no, Candy with brown. Mix Candy with brown. It's like mixing candy with poop. No.
Oh boy.
The wallpaper is the wallpaper of Kanagawa. It's a very famous wallpaper painting.
Of course.
And the theme name is Kanagawa, so it fits. So we did our best.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, every single Tela, like Teddy is saying, every single Tela has a purple Thunar.
Yep.
I guess it's an issue with Tela icon pack. But I'm like, it must be a bug in Thunar, or Thunar is mainly targeted towards KDE, because with KDE you can use accent colors, and the Tela icon pack changes to whatever accent color you select in KDE settings. So I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with the Tela icon pack, but I tried other icon packs. They're either inconsistent or it's a whole mess. So I gave up. I left the choice to the users. They can do whatever they want. It's not
sense.
Like I said, this is a spin. I'm not going to spend too much time on spins. They exist for the sole reason of existing. We tried our best. That's what we could come up with. Everything else is consistent. There's nothing that's inconsistent except the freaking blank. I was at the
I've had my fun today.
I was on the cusp of using Latte Doc in XFCE, but no, I'm not gonna pull half the Qt libraries just to use a doc.
Yeah.
Boy. For the sake of consistency, XFCE uses XFCE stuff. Gnome uses Gnome stuff.
That makes sense.
Yeah. If users want to mix and match, like earlier Neo said, it's up to the user. I just ship what I ship, and it's up to the user. But KDE, guys, KDE. Let's not talk about the spins anymore. KDE. Yeah. I used to have a big vision for KDE, but I guess I reached it. As far as I'm concerned, it works the way
fantastic.
It's well optimized. It works out of the box. So Arc theme, best theme. Yeah, Josh. Well, I don't want to use something that Eric is using. Then they're gonna mix XeroLinux with ArcoLinux.
Well, and that's where you started in a way.
Well, yeah, but I don't want. It's Eric's favorite theme. It's not my favorite. My favorite are purple, pinks, blues. So
80s colors.
guys, people, ladies in chat, let us know. What do you think about KDE? What do you foresee KDE headed? Do you think it has reached its potential? You think we should dial it down, dial it up?
How about a Steve rollerblading through the street theme?
Me rollerblading. The last time I rollerbladed, I was 13. Whoa, that's a long time ago.
Yeah. There was barely internet when we were 13.
No, there wasn't. No, wait. Yeah, there was no internet. In 96, 95, 96, internet started becoming a thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think in my mind, for me, for my usage case, KDE has reached its potential. The only things we can bring to it are what we have being cooked in a bowl in the back end.
Let's see. So Ray, desktop cube wobbly windows.
Wait. What? Ray?
We actually talked about cube and wobbly windows a few episodes back, Josh. So that's funny.
Yeah, we talk. Those do exist in XeroLinux. You just have to enable them.
Yeah.
If you look in settings, you will find them all the way down in window effects. Anyway, Ray said something, and Ray is my best friend, actually, who lives right next door. So what is wrong with Plank? Not themable? Okay, and I still don't get what the allergy Steve has to it.
It hasn't been maintained actively for a long time. So
it's like no. Oh, wait. You gotta keep in mind that Ray is a person that prefers to still use Windows 7 before moving to Windows 10. He still uses
Windows 7. There are
Windows
a lot
7.
of people that still like Windows 7.
There's nothing wrong with liking Windows 7, but
no.
All I'm saying is he's a person that if it doesn't work on Windows 7, he's not gonna kill himself to make it work under Windows 7. He accepts things as they are and move on.
You know that's
what he's saying in his comment. That's what he's saying in his comment.
Put a pin in that because that's going to be a good segue to my topic in a few minutes. But please finish that thought. Yeah. It's a good way to transition there.
So it's how Linux works. Each desktop environment does its thing the way they think is the best way of doing things. And I'm okay with that. I was joking when I was saying a plank should jump off a plank.
Yeah, Steve just likes to exaggerate a bit.
Yeah, I do like to exaggerate a bit. That's a trait with us Lebanese, I think. But what I meant was, if it's not meant to be used in a way, if it was supposed to be used in one way, don't use it. Don't try to force it to do something it wasn't supposed to do in the first place. That's why I stick to what works with KDE, what works with Gnome, with what works with XFCE. In this instance, there is no dock that works with XFCE. There's only a hack that you can download from AUR, I guess, that Ben told me about. It's to create a dock out of the XFCE panel. Yeah, but still, that doesn't use it. There's something wrong with XFCE because if we even tried that, the icons, if we add the icons in that hack of turning the XFCE panel into a dock, the icons don't get themed at all in this one. They just stick to stock. Nice one. Say that multiple times fast. But there's something with XFCE I don't understand. Since they started integrating Wayland elements, I guess things are not behaving correctly. I don't know. I'm not a developer. I'm not blaming XFCE. I'm just from the end user's perspective, who doesn't know anything about XFCE. It could be anything. I don't understand. It's just the way it is. I cannot fix what XFCE has. I can just report it, and I did report it. No reply so far. I guess because in XFCE 4.20, 420, nice. Like the gamer 420. Remember? Yeah. Anyway, Gamer Day 420.
Yeah.
But the 420 release will start shipping the first elements of Wayland in XFCE. So they must be doing something behind the scenes causing these issues, but God knows what they are. I'm not one to point fingers, but it's the way it is. So we did the best we could. That's how it is. That's how XeroLinux XFCE will ship. And if you have any ideas on how we can fix things, feel free to let us know on Discord, which will let me relax my throat now and let you tell us about your beautiful subject.
Okay, cool. Well, I love taking the hot takes on this podcast, and I think
Burden.
I'm gonna do it again.
All right.
So, since we're gonna be away from a month, I'll have time to recover from however I get roasted for this.
Okay.
But I think that starter distros or easy distros, I think they're great. They're fantastic. And they bring
easy distros as in examples.
Ubuntu. Ubuntu's my second favorite. Oh, I hope so. Somebody please clip this. Please clip Steve's reaction and put it in the Discord server as an emoji. Ubuntu, even more so, Pop OS.
Pop OS is good. Okay. Yeah,
but
you relax.
But I'm gonna I'm gonna say Ubuntu. Because look, Pop OS in its current form is a stylized Ubuntu, so you can't include Pop OS without Ubuntu there.
They're all under the skin are Ubuntu. So
yeah. So think about it though. If like Ray, who likes Windows 7, somebody who likes something as old as Windows 7 likes it because it tends to work when it's asked to work.
Yeah.
If you are going to bring somebody into the Linux world who's not been there before, you need distros like that. They prompt you for graphics drivers. They prompt you for firmwares. They intelligently sniff out your hardware and figure out what to do for you. And if you want people to feel welcome and advance, or even just use it and talk about it, you have to have an easy way to welcome them into the fold. And that's what those beginner distros, if you will.
I hope you're not including Nobara in there.
Nobara is not a beginner distro.
Good.
Fedora is not a beginner distro.
God. XeroLinux is not a beginner distro.
Xero is not a beginner distro. Debian.
Let's clarify that. People, they keep mistaking XeroLinux to be a beginner user-friendly distro. It is not.
No. I would.
It's Arch.
I would not take Xero. As much as I love Xero and it's my favorite overall, I would not give XeroLinux to a complete beginner.
No, me neither.
There is no way.
It's Arch. That's it. Done deal. When you say Arch, it's a keyword for not beginner.
Oh yeah. Since we won't get demonetized for this, I wish that Arch would just change their tagline just a little bit, because the Arch method is to fuck around and find out. That's what a rolling release is.
Fuck around and find out. They should change their tagline. But I see where you're going.
You know,
I see where
it's the second. Let's see if we can get it to be the second meme wave. You know, you've got. I use Arch, by the way. Let's start popularizing. You know, Arch Linux. Fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
Fedora is not a beginner distro. Absolutely not.
Teddy, you're not a complete beginner. You'd like to think so, but
Teddy is not a beginner, guys. Don't buy that.
Don't buy that. He's pretty good. He's an awesome guy. And I'm gonna say it again. He without Teddy's input out of boredom to XeroLinux, because when he has nothing to do, he feels like I could help projects out, not only to XeroLinux.
Teddy helps me when I have stupid
anyone, any distro, any person. He's a helper. He's like Santa's little helper. He's like every Santa's little helper. Every person's little helper. He likes to do that and giving out of the goodness of his heart. God bless you, Teddy. But I get what you're getting at. With simple distros are excellent. We need more of those. We're getting less and less of those these days. I see.
I think that Linux goes through periods where you'll have a ton of distros come out 1 year or for 2 years or whatever, and people are calling them distros. And we touched on this on other podcast episodes. Putting a new wallpaper, some new icons, and maybe an app or two is not a distro. It's a skin. It's a spin. It's not a distro.
That's why
pre-installed some stuff the way that you like it.
That's why XFCE and Gnome for XeroLinux are spins.
Right.
Because they take
you have
what
not
XeroLinux
created a new distro.
No, I just took what XeroLinux is under the hood, slapped a new desktop environment and a skin for that desktop environment. That's it.
Right.
So, but still, it's not the year of the simple distros. Apparently, it hasn't been for the past couple of years.
Well, because
the ones that existed are dwindling. Like, you got some that are becoming how do you call it, stale. And becoming not receiving any updates, not receiving anything, and people putting them on hold, and no new ones coming to replace them. Just those are the 50 that existed. Some of them are dead. Some of them are on hold, and the big ones like Ubuntu, Mint, and all the Ubuntu spins. All the Ubuntu spins are beginner distros.
Right now, you know,
we can say that.
Sure. And I will say, you know, Pop! OS definitely takes a more decided beginner-friendly approach. They do try to include things like games. They go above and beyond what Ubuntu does in welcoming people. And I would have to say, if I didn't know that they were going to do a major shift in everything when Cosmic goes full rust, I love turning people onto Pop! OS. As a start.
Yeah, but Pop! OS hasn't really, and it's in the air if it's going to move to 23.04 Ubuntu base. We don't know.
Right.
Because it's moving
However, you know, because 2204 is an LTS, I am still confident in starting people there.
Yeah, until it completely dies.
Well, I mean, you've got still about 2 years left on that LTS timeline, so.
True. However, it's a leap that people are willing to take. Says Ray. For instance, I use XeroLinux other than the December 20. He uses XeroLinux and the 2013 version of Windows 7. There's no 2013, Ray. Oh yeah,
the world ended in 2012. There was no 2013 release.
No. Windows 7 is 2013 because Windows 7 came out in 2007, I think. I don't remember when Windows 7 came out, but he's got the 2013 ISO that he keeps using. He doesn't need the up-to-date latest ISO.
Right. If it works, it works. And
if it works,
again,
it works. But he brings a very important subject by saying that. Like, he's a very aware user. He knows what websites he visits. He knows what applications he's using. When a person knows what to avoid and what not to avoid, what to use,
right,
and everything, they're self monitoring themselves.
well, of course.
So when you do that, you can use anything. You don't need to stick to the latest and greatest.
Yeah.
I, for example, if a beginner user came to me, who's first time using Linux, I'm not gonna say Mint like everybody does. I'm just gonna say Debian with whatever desktop environment he feels suits him the most. And what do I do to that user? I offer him multiple desktop environment on top of Debian. Wherever he feels more comfortable, I configure it that way for him or her. But so I give him access to all of them. I install multiple VMs for this person. I tell him try all of them, see where you feel more comfortable, and then once you know where you feel more comfortable, we'll kill your Windows installation and install Linux with the desktop environment that you like.
Now I have not used straight up Debian ever.
What?
I have never used straight pure Debian ever.
You never used pure Debian?
No. I've done Gentoo from a stage 2, but I have never done Debian.
Never done Debian.
Nope.
I've done Debian, and I really loved it. And I've done Debian, pure Debian, and LMDE, Linux Mint Debian Edition.
Okay.
I prefer.
Yes, you should give Debian a try.
Should give Debian, yeah.
I avoided Debian because for me it's always had a bad reputation of outdated packages, and that's why I avoided it.
Well, yeah, same here. That's why I moved away from it, because I was waiting forever for packages, and all the updates were just small applications getting updated. But you got to give it to them. When it comes to applications, they do get updated very often. But system backend stuff, you're stuck. Like KDE just moved to Plasma 525. We're at 527, moving to Qt6, Plasma 6. So I'm like, what the hell? No, that's too outdated for me.
Yeah.
But
now,
Debian
Manjaro,
is very stable.
Yep.
Running Debian on my old machine. Well, yeah.
I could see that. Yeah.
Here's another argument we could use for Debian. If you have an older machine, your best luck is on Debian-based distros.
Yeah. Awesome.
They have better support for older hardware. Since rolling distros, they tend to move away from, like in the kernel, for example. The further we go in time, the more older device support they drop.
Yes.
From the kernel itself. So.
And Josh is right. Stability first.
Stability first. Yeah. If you want stability, stick with Debian.
Yeah.
Don't go Fedora. Don't go. I know people are gonna argue that Fedora can be stable.
Well, of course, because it's
but for how long?
CentOS and
yeah, but for how long? For how long?
And then you get the headaches of SE Linux and hardened kernels.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't want to send a new user down that rabbit hole.
Exactly. And for how long? There's always going to be somewhere where, like with Fedora recently, they decided to, we're too scared from lawsuits. We're going to disable codec support, gray area codec support, because they require licensing, and it's a whole gray area. So we pulled it away from users. And they pushed an update that removed them from current installs. So, like, what? Really? So you got with stuff like Fedora, you're gonna sleep, wake up one day, run an update as you usually do.
Right. And if you're not paying attention, because you're not a Linux nerd like us, and
you read everything in the update. Yeah. What I recommend to users is when they type update, every package manager.
You gotta read.
Every package manager pauses and asks you, are you sure you want to go ahead with the update? Do not hit enter until you read which packages are being updated. Maybe there's a package being removed that you don't want removed. Maybe there's a package being installed that you don't want installed.
Yeah. Will 128 gigs of RAM be enough to run Debian?
That must be Ray.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, because he's got 128 gigs.
Boy.
He's an After Effects user, so it's normal.
Okay.
On Windows, he needs 128 gigs because After Effects eats every gig of RAM that you have. Oh, man.
DaVinci Resolve too.
Yeah. And the problem a lot of people have with DaVinci Resolve is because it's NVIDIA only. If you have an AMD card, good luck using it without.
It's better than it used to be, but it's not easy.
It used to be an AMD based.
They just keep going back and forth.
Yeah. They just keep. What? Oh. Why can't you be both?
So yeah, I think.
Show us some love.
Do I think that Xero should be more beginner friendly? No, I don't. I think
it's based on art. It can't be. It can't be.
Well, I mean, unless you're going to rebase, please don't rebase. Yeah.
There you go. You got your uwu this week.
There you go. Okay. So I think we've got our user base. We know them. With Xero, you don't get to XeroLinux by accident.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of users, and I need to get this off my chest. I really needed to get this on my chest for a long time. People judge a distro from the cover. It's like judging a book by its cover.
Well, yeah, if it's pretty,
It's pretty, I'm going to use it. No. If it's pretty, I'm going to use it. Is it hard to use? I don't know. I'll use it. If I encounter issues, the developer will help me. No, because I don't have your hardware. I don't know what works for you. I don't know what config. I built XeroLinux to work on my specific hardware. If it doesn't work on your hardware, how can I fix something on hardware? Make something work on hardware that I don't own.
Now,
stop with that, people.
Fair, that was always your goal from the beginning. You weren't trying to make a mass market distro.
It's not a mass market distro, but if it so happens that it works flawlessly on your hardware, good.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, well, unless you pay me $1.5 quadrillion to own the whole hardware configuration that exists in the world and shove in this tiny room office that I have, then be my guest. I can read the entire wiki. I can read the entire internet, but will I understand the thing? Will I know if this specific thing that I read would work for you? How would I? I don't have your hardware, sir. I cannot. I am not India. I'm working for Microsoft. Sorry, it's just a joke. Don't take it literally. But I am who I am. I'm blessed to have 4 functional desktops.
Yeah.
But they're all similar. They're all using NVIDIA. They're all using, only one is using AMD CPU, but the rest of them are all using Intel CPUs, 6800K. with either 8 up to 32 gigs of RAM, and XeroLinux works flawless on all these devices. Come to me with a Fujitsu laptop, tell me it doesn't work. Get me a Fujitsu laptop. Let me test and figure out a solution. But if I and the problem is, this is my not my problem with users, it's my problem with hardware manufacturers. Even if it's two identical models, if the model number is the same, even if it's the same, but inside you got one that uses a Mitsubishi chip and the other for Wi-Fi, and another one uses a Realtek for Wi-Fi. Although they're both gigabit, but they use different chipsets. Although it's the same freaking model number of laptop. But this one, you bought it in Europe. This one, you bought it in the US. The US decided to use Realtek. The others decided to use Mitsubishi. What can I do?
No.
I have to. If I have to buy every iteration of every device, it's gonna take a country the size of the U.S. to fill up the test. What the hell? I cannot provide support for what I don't have. Keep that in mind. That's why you see me replying the same reply every time. Guess what? I don't own that config. Cannot help. I can point to the way, but it's you who has to test, and we're gonna go. It's gonna take a long time to figure out the solution, because I'll be finding the threads. I'll be sending your way. You'll be testing, coming back to me. No, it didn't work. I have to do another search. Well, you can cut that time in half if you do your own research and test, because I'm not awake at the same time zone as you are.
How dare you?
Haha. So
I'm gonna go complain on a subreddit about your distro.
Okay, caption this, guys. We need more emojis using my face on my server.
Oh, these are so good.
Okay, done captioning.
Okay.
But yeah, on the serious note, for me, XeroLinux has reached its potential. We are still doing things on the back end. So everybody who will watch this after the fact, let us know in the comment below, what do you want changed in XeroLinux? What do you want added, removed? I'm not gonna say that everything you say you want added will be added. It's a given. We're gonna go back and forth together, and we'll see what ends up being done.
Oh, absolutely.
But XeroLinux will not be adding too much under the hood, because otherwise we become bloated. And that's it. We got a lot of plans for the installer. I'm just going to be specific. It's going to be related to the installer.
A good installer is an excellent, jump
and
off
people
point.
don't stop complaining about. I'm going to say stop complaining about Calamaris. Calamaris is what it is. It makes
better than Anaconda.
Yeah, it makes installing Arch Linux very much simpler. But by doing so, it limits things. It's limiting. Like, for example, if you want to install alongside Windows, it will by default use the default file system that I set by default, which is XFS. If you wanted to use something else, you'll have to go edit a file. That's how limited Calamaris is.
I haven't run into that problem.
Like, if you want to install it alongside, you select the alongside option. The file system selection drop down is grayed out.
I always do empty disk. You're right.
Yeah, so it will get grayed out. So it will use the XFS file system. Gotcha. You cannot change that. To change it, you have to be an advanced user. Go into the etc file, Calamaris module, partition module, edit that. This is
I don't know.
Calamaris.
Windows is temperamental enough. I don't think it's a good idea to do a Windows Ubuntu dual boot drive if it can be helped. But that's just me.
Yeah, well, for if you want to use Ubuntu on Windows, just use Windows Subsystem for Linux.
Yeah. We use WSL at work.
Yeah, it's for me. I even used Arch for a while on WSL, but It's not
Oh,
official.
what was that like? That had to be
it wasn't an official image. It's not officially supported by WSL.
Josh,
Somebody.
thanks for joining us again. We'll see you next time.
All right, take care, Josh. I'll be watching your distro hacking you did last night later on, and I'll see you on on Matt's podcast. But the what were we talking about? Oh yeah,
WSL and Arch.
Yeah, that wasn't an official image, so it was really limiting. So I had to come back to XeroLinux. But the installer, there will be a new installer will be introducing at some point in the future. Cannot give an ETA because we didn't even start working on it yet. It's just an idea for the time being. Thank you, Key. But it's going to be an advanced installer for the advanced users. So all you users who prefer things to be done the simple way, you're stuck with Calamares.
Yeah.
But for all of you out there who want more flexibility, more control over how XeroLinux is installed on your system, there will be a new advanced installer that we're going to be including in the future releases. What it will be using, we don't know yet. It's either ncurses, C, or the something similar to the Arch install script. We don't know yet. But it's something that will give users more flexibility, like encryption, which Calamares is really bad at. You have to do manual partitioning to even have any chance of encrypting. But you'll have encryption control over encryption. You'll have control over compression with BTRFS. You'll have a lot of access flexibility. It's going to open up doors that you have previously never seen before.
Must be coded by Key.
Yeah, it must be coded by Key. No, Key as in the name of the person, the developer who's ABS coder. Yes, Christina. Oh, Christina, hey, good to see you here. It's been a while, Christina. Where you been? Where you been, girl? Oh, Christina is one advanced user. Oh, dude, she's good.
Nice.
She was like me, curious, and learned a lot from Eric and Arco Linux.
Cool.
So Christina is an advanced user. She is. So yeah, Christina, it's gonna give you access to a lot of things that Calamares otherwise cannot have access to. So that is what we are working on. It's a new method of installing XeroLinux, and there is a small ABS upgrade that we're working on behind the scenes as well with Key. Oh, I love you too, Christina. Love back. But it's going to be an upgrade to ABS. It's going to be ncurses, hopefully. I'm hoping for an ncurses. This is one of the options. It's going to prompt users what they want to build. Do they want to build KDE, Gnome, XFCE? Because that's free.
Yep.
And you're going to have flexibility as how you want to build it, where you want to put it, which folder you want to put it. It's going to have a lot of flags. And you will be able to build an official Arch ISO or baseline ISO, the ones you download from archiso.org. So
yes, please do. Please do, Christina. Thank you.
Oh, please do, Christina. You can click the super thanks or the super chat. Now we are able to.
But Steve,
those are my plans. Those are the plans. Yeah, those are the plans for XeroLinux for the near future.
Yeah, what you're describing actually reminds me a lot of the Gen 2 live ISOs. When you did it, you would do your packet. I don't know anything about selection from the live ISO.
I don't know anything about Gen 2. I never did it.
Gen 2. Oof. I think anything that Xero does is going to be more streamlined.
No, we're not going the compilation route. No, you don't need to compile anything.
No, I don't mean it. No, not compiling stuff. But you had the option to either compile everything from a terminal, or you could pull out binaries, which I could see you doing.
Yeah.
From your repos, not compiling everything from tarballs.
Oh no. But yeah, from my repos, I'll be doing the hard work of building packages. Oh yeah, people who donate anywhere, fundraiser, LiberaPay, Patreon, because I'm keeping for a little bit longer, or Coffee will have a say in. I need to add that. I need to specify that in the tiers, but you will have a say into what packages you want me to build from the AUR, include on our repositories for easy install. Like Gamer King, because he's part of the team. He's an official part of the team. He's never going to be kicked out of the team, no matter how much he pisses me off. Yeah, today he pissed me off. Today he was going to get silenced on Discord at one point. But I never will silence him. He's my brother. He's my Lebanese brother, so I'm not. No, a lot of love to Gamer King. Kudos, but he annoyed me with, for the sake of consistency, why, since you're using Capuchin as the new theme for KDE, why not the theme Firefox using the Capuchin theme? I'm like, I tried, but for some reason there's a lot of elements of Capuchin, because Firefox is a GTK app, right?
Right.
If I'm using the Capuchin GTK theme, it's going to be applied to Firefox to a certain extent. But then there's another
only as much as it allows you.
As much as it allows me. Then you have to install the Capuchin Firefox theme from the Firefox add-ons page.
Right. To decorate the inner portions of the window.
The inner portions of Firefox. But at which point, there's two clashing themes. The GTK
because
one...
they're going to have competing style sheets.
Exactly. Which causes some... No, I don't have PayPal, Christina, because PayPal is not supported in Lebanon. The only thing I can use is Coffee, LiberaPay, and Patreon, and whatever the fundraiser. Because they're connected to my Stripe account. That's the only thing I can use. Sorry. But because they're clashing, there's elements that become gray on dark blue background, gray on gray, light gray on dark gray. And Gamer King did not understand that. Gamer King came at me from the I understand where he's coming from, but he didn't even test it. He has XeroLinux installed. I told him, go ahead. Go ahead. He's got the latest ISO, early access to the latest ISO, because it's a beta. It's not finalized yet. But I gave him access to
the to play with that.
All I asked him to do is do what you're asking me to do on your system. Look at everything. Notice the details. Notice the details. Look at the fact that not everything is correctly themed. Because they're two style sheets clashing with each other. They're not working. I tried them all. He came at me and he said, because it doesn't have mauve in the name, you don't want to apply it? I'm like, I tried them all, because Capuchin has mocha, macchiato, latte, and for those three, they have mauve, yellow, purple, rose water, whatever water. And so I tried them all. They all do the same thing. The result is the same. So I don't say no for the sake of saying no.
No.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I can be caught doing that because I'm too lazy. But I do say, and I do admit that I'm saying no because I'm too lazy. I'm not hiding behind that. But sometimes my firm no's mean that I already tested and I already tried. To no avail.
Tried and it didn't work. You and I have gone back and forth like that before.
Yeah, and your favorite is frappe? No, mine is mocha. Mocha mo. But I do try because if you look at 0 KDE, I'm not talking about the spins. I'm talking about KDE. If you look at it, it takes consistency to a whole other level.
Yep.
We worked. Teddy and I worked on the grub theme for at least 3-4 days, if not more, because we needed the theme to be exactly the icon, the text to be exactly centered everywhere. To use a new font to look very consistent with the rest of the theme, because since you got Mocha and Macchiato are very similar, except Macchiato is a little bit brighter blue. I preferred to switch to Mocha because I wanted the darker blue.
Right.
So we had to keep on switching from this one to that one. So it's a lot of work. It's not simple. You got to make sure the icons are in the correct place. All the icons are consistently themed in the dock. All the icons are. It's not simple work. That's where everything goes. Rising, basically, this is where all the work goes. Yep. Optimization, we have optimized KDE as much as we can. I don't think we can keep on chipping away at it because it's going to fall apart. We took away services, so many services. We went from 150 to maybe 60. So I don't think we need to remove any more. Otherwise, they're gonna KDE was gonna fall apart. I'm curious what will happen when Plasma 6 comes out, because we just received the KDE Gear update last night. I don't like the new spectacle, for example. I preferred the drop down, because now you remember how in Spectacle when you hit the print screen you had a drop down if you wanted to capture a full monitor, window, whatever. Now it's just buttons. Now it's they exploded the drop down. Now it's just buttons. I find that annoying. Sometimes they don't make the best decisions, but that's just according to me. That's just, maybe other people prefer it that way with buttons.
But it's Linux. Everybody can do what they want.
But if distro maintainers really wanted to ship a distro the way they want, now I see why the likes of KOS fork the KDE packages. Because you want to have full control over what gets updated and what doesn't. Like, for example, I don't like the new Spectacle. I could, if I was controlling the KDE packages, I could have stuck to the old version, not the new one. But alas, I don't have the ability to do that, so we are limited to whatever comes out of upstream. Well,
so
you hate the new console. Yeah, Teddy was mentioning today to me this morning. Yeah, the latest console update, when you open tabs in console, now the highlighter line, the line that shows which one is active, is at the bottom. There's this line. Yeah, it's not really nice. So, questionable decisions. If we had control over these packages, if only. But that's it for me. So I think it's we can end this episode, because
this was great.
Know what else. This was a fun one. And Christina, if you cannot use the super chat. Super chat uses whatever you, because she was mentioning something about PayPal. Yeah, unfortunately, Lebanon and PayPal are not a thing. They robbed me of 230 euros. As soon as I landed in Lebanon from coming from Ireland, they detected my location. They were like, hey, you're no longer where you were. We're canceling your account.
Yeah,
PayPal being PayPal. So what's your thingy of the week this week?
A couple things. I started playing with Tilix, because I'm over here playing with Budgie. Instead of GNOME Terminal, they use Tilix. Or Tilix, or as the terminal emulator. It feels like a prettier GNOME Terminal. I'm sure it's built on GTK. It's got some cool things like it will dim your terminal when it's not in focus. You can do some blurring things.
Really?
Yeah. It's pretty cool. But mostly I've been using the Tonelib GFX like I've covered in other episodes because I'm doing a lot more guitar playing. In about 3 weeks or so, I will actually be getting out of behind the mixing board for the church and up
nice.
on the stage as part of the worship band. So
nice.
I'm really
Upgrade.
taking a deep dive into music applications for Linux right now, and that's where I'm spending most of my time.
Cool. So you're getting an upgrade. You're upgrading.
It depends on, I have anxiety, so we're going to see how this goes.
Oh, same here, the brother. I suffer from anxiety, and I don't wish that on anyone. But my thing of the week is very simple. It's Tokodon, and I'm gonna show it to the users.
Yeah, please.
Tokodon is a Mastodon client, it's a KDE application. It's part of the KDE suite. It's an addition. It's a new addition to the family, actually.
Awesome.
And I really love it. It's really lightweight.
Yeah,
really lightweight.
Twitter is all but a joke now.
I'm leaving Twitter officially now at the end of this month because I can get my my binge of LTT on Tokodon Mastodon, because they connected to Mastodon now. So there's a bridge to Mastodon. So I can get their tweets on Mastodon. I don't need Twitter anymore.
Right.
So I'm completely making the move. I'm gonna lose 1,130 plus whatever subscribers. I don't care. It's trash.
You can move them over.
They're not. No, a lot of them don't want to move. They want to stick to what they know best.
Well, my bad joke for this episode is,
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Twitter smells musky, shall we say?
Oh, nice one. I see what you did there. Yeah. No, it stinks musky. But yeah, I just wanted to say that in Tokodon, it finally got the feature we can edit our toots. Finally.
So there's gotta be a better word than toot. And we've gone over that too.
Yeah, they switched to publish officially, to the word publish. But as soon as they did, there's the
I want my toots back.
Exactly. You got your fanatics that want their toot back. I'm like, nobody can win. Nobody can win. There were people making fun of Mastodon for using the word toot. Doesn't make it look professional. And there's other people who are like, oh, where's my toot? Toot, toot, how my toot? But anyway, Tokodon is really light, and I do mean really light. You know how much RAM it uses?
How much RAM?
28 megabytes.
28 megs?
Yeah.
Time for an HTOP flex. Let's go.
Let's see. Where's HTOP? Where's my terminal? And by the way, I'm going to show this on stream, but thanks, Teddy, for the new ASCII. It's not going to be that color on the upcoming version. It's just here. It's those colors, but that new ASCII looks legit.
Let's see it. I'm watching the stream just so I can see this.
Okay. You're going to see it in a few seconds. Yeah, I'll show you the correct stream. It's yellow and purple or pink. Can you see it now?
Man. Hey, there we go. Oh, look at that.
It's much cleaner. Teddy did a lot of work on that one.
When you have your auto pops for NeoFetch, they need to look like that.
Yeah, they do. Actually, in the new one.
That's fantastic.
Oh, Teddy, he's clarifying. Gamer King and Waffles helped also. Yes, it's a combined effort between Teddy, Waffles, and Gamer King. Oh, waffles. Now I want some waffles.
Oh man, it's almost time for me to go make a brunch over here.
All right.
I'm making some biscuits and gravy this morning.
H-top. Tokodon. Tokodon. How do you find Tokodon in this? Tokodon. Tokodon. Tokodon.
You could grep for it, right?
Can I? How?
Can you grep HTOP?
I don't know. Never done it before. Oh, search. There's a search. F3. Toko. No, did I type Tokodon? No. Tokodon.
Look at that pretty terminal.
Yeah. Tokodon. Yeah. Here it is.
800.
No, it's using 134 megabytes. Why did I see? Maybe I've seen it wrong. But well, 130.
That's still not heavy.
That's still not heavy. 134 megabytes. It's not heavy. Oh, maybe when I saw it, it was before I added my account. Maybe.
Oh well, there you go. Just sitting there with nothing.
Yeah, well, it's a very light weight tool. But anyway,
guys, absolutely. We'll see you in a few weeks.
In a few weeks, like 5 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
In 5 weeks, we're gonna see you back here to start season 3, fresh or refreshed. And of course, there's still the way you can support the XeroLinux project. Coffee. Use Coffee primarily, please. Don't use anything else. You can use anything you want, but primarily try to use Coffee because it's a really awesome service. And you can feed the goal if you want to. If you can feed the goal to reach 100%, or you can buy the merch. As you can see, in between me and Jesse, there's this T-shirt and mug and shop now. Yeah. The link is in the description below. You can support the project any which way you wish. Yep. Whatever works for you. It's all going to the same bank.
Yep. And honestly, if you can't do it monetarily, talk about it, share it, post it somewhere. That helps too. Word of mouth is huge, and everybody that's here heard about us from somewhere. So thank you guys.
And not only that, the way you can support is by helping each other out, providing help to wherever the Discord. You can. Yeah. Join the Discord. We need to reach 1,000 users on Discord. We're still at 500, halfway there.
Yeah, we're not gonna be away from the Discord for the 5 weeks.
No.
Not podcasting.
We're not gonna be podcasting. I'm just restructuring everything. And don't forget to subscribe if you're not, and ring the ding-a-ling bell. And we'll see you on the next episode in June. Have a wonderful one, guys, and find us on Discord. I'm always active on Discord. Even if I'm snoring, I'll reply with snores. But just reach out.
All right.
Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.